inches, number 7, Dwight Powell. At small forward, standing 6'5", number 11, Tim Hardaway Jr. At the point, standing 6'5", number 55, DeLon Wright. The other forward, at 7'3", number 6, Kristaps Porzingis. Starting at the other guard, at 6'6", number 77, Luka Doncic. Your head coach is Rick Carlisle. Mavs fans, your Dallas Mavericks.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Plumlee.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris, and it's Porter as the small forward. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Wright and Doncic are the backcourt pair, and it's Hardaway in at the 3, the small forward. Clark, toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall, others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in games. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points on the ballgame. Wright looking around. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And here is Murray. 26 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
Cannot get too handsy with Murray, especially when he's rising up for the shot.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
The first one falls. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
And so Murray nails both of them.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Pass to Doncic. Over Harris. And it's Denver with the rebound. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Millsap against Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Comparisons being drawn between Kristaps Porzingis and Dirk Nowitzki for their height and skill level. Understandably so, and in many eyes, fitting that Porzingis is now a Dallas Maverick.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And Clark, looking at those 2 players you just mentioned, Nowitzki's 7 foot tall, Porzingis 7'3".
Yeah, you take a look at those guys, and the difference really, I think, is the athleticism of Porzingis. He moves a little better, he bounces a little higher, and as he's gotten stronger, I think center might be his natural position, whereas Dirk was really better suited to being a power forward.
And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim, and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's Murray. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. He feeds it to Millsap. Back to Murray. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. 6 points for Jamal Murray.
You know, Millsap has no issues giving the ball up to the open man. Excellent awareness there.
Right with it. Now guarded by Murray. They get it again. No good with the layup.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Porter, no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The pass to Jokic. Millsap in the corner. No good on that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Jokic, and another miss by Denver. Dallas leading by 3. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. We discussed the matchup at center, and Nikola Jokic presents such a unique challenge. His playmaking from that position is something you don't often see. Kevin, we'll see the approach they take in trying to guard him.
Thank you, David.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity. Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof, and I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Morris is checked in. That free throw good from Doncic. And you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
and they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Mavericks. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And, of course, Denver, 2 spots down.
And, you know, for the Nuggets, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Jokic showing you the benefits of that work in the weight room, muscling right through the defender.
And, you know, there are so many things to like about Jokic's game, Clark, and his footwork is right near the top.
I would agree with that, Kevin. His footwork is exquisite. I mean, it is top shelf. This guy does not get enough credit for his pivoting, but his hands are great. His touch is phenomenal. He loses a lot of defenders when he's back to the basket with that footwork of his. I tell you, I was so impressed when I locked into him with my isolated camera during the playoffs. The Joker is no joke.
And that one misses.
You'd have to go far and wide to find any fan that doesn't enjoy watching Nikola Jokic play. This big fella is so smooth. He's got guard skills in a big man's body, and his game is so efficient. I love watching him work.
Here's Jokic. Tim Hardaway making his last shot. Millsap has the open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Millsap's got 5 now.
And, you know, you see the improvement. Millsap has established himself as a decent three-point shooter now. He has the range.
Here's Doncic, and it's Dallas with another. And with Jokic, passing and playmaking, Clark, are his trademarks.
Well, I tell you what, the Joker is some kind of special as a big guy. His passing and touch and field and shot making, he really impressed me with all of that. He does everything you want from a center on the offensive end of the court and does it in his own unique, special way. He's a delight to watch.
Now here is Hardaway, following the miss by Jokic. The 3. Dallas keeping it alive, a fresh 14.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Here's Porter, and it's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
And the shot is good. That's 12 points for Luka Doncic. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Hardaway, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And after essentially a redshirt rookie year with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering his freshman season at Missouri. If he can stay healthy, you're adding an elite talent to your rotation.
Free throw good, Porter. Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes, but understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing good habits and really owning that. That's what I would want to see.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Here's Doncic. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
And that one misses.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. And he sinks the second.
And, you know, Grant, a second-round pick, has worked hard for his minutes in the NBA. He's an exceptional athlete who plays with a real edge, a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Now, here's Barea. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Barton against Curry. Barton drives in, plays it up, and banks it in.
Excellent body control around the rim. Barton didn't let the defender distract him at all.
Outside Curry. Excellent D there from Beasley.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Morris outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's just a 3-point Maverick lead.
Now, you got to remember, Barton isn't just a scorer. This guy is also superb at finding open teammates.
Beasley against Curry. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Curry. 14 points for Luka Doncic.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Plumlee finds Morris. Clock at 6. Barton in the corner. Plumlee trying to break loose. A second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now we get a chance to view the NBA leaders in assists. Third is Luka Doncic.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
That one is off. And Clark, one thing that makes Will Barton so good is that he fits right in among any group of players.
And I like the pace he plays with, guys. He doesn't seem to force the issue. He lets the game come to him, and when he has opportunities to explode, he usually does. He's always moving. He's active at both ends. He's a high-quality performer.
That one misses.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, 1 star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
Now, here is Morris. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee. Shoots over Barea. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got his second bucket of the night. 1:04 left here in the first quarter. Barea kicks to Curry. Pass to Doncic. In the corner, it's Kleba. And a miss there on the triple.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression.
Oh!
Goodness.
Mercy, mercy me. Watch out below. Grant just showing no regard for the bucket there. Looking like he was trying to tear that thing off.
Outside for Barea. 23 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Barton. Count that one.
Barton is at his very best when he's attacking the basket. He's a most effective slasher.
Stolen by Grant. The kick out to Barton. Again, the Nuggets score.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Nuggets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Mavericks trailed by 3, so on the floor for Denver. It's Morris and Beasley at the 1 and the 2. Will Barton is out there with Jeremy Grant. And it's Plumlee in at the center filling out the middle. Runs in the pass to Curry. Misses the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Beasley kicks to Barton. Grant the pass to Plumlee. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Morris for 3. Porzingis with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Barton, wide open, he fires. Off target with his 3. The Mavericks trailing. Pass to Curry. Here's Brunson, covered by Beasley. Right side, Porzingis. He kicks to Curry. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And the wide open shot from Morris. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And with that, the Denver lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Barea.
You know, Barea is extremely fast. Explodes to the basket whenever he sees a lane available.
Morris looking over the floor. Six on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Barea kicks to Porzingis. Back to Barea. Pulls up. They get it back. Marjanovic. Good. Marjanovic has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Denver calls timeout. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And, guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable, and it's actually a free throw. So you feel like you leave loose change out there when you don't convert.
My comic relief. I find it funny how I keep on talking in commas and threes. I'm standing at the top of weight, the clown in the reach. I even got my very own initials inscribed in my sheets. Subtle reminders are key. Jeez. Spoiler alert, the second act is tragic. And everyone that wants the worst for me is asking what happens. Yeah. So many times I started walking backwards. Like Charlemagne, I see the light and see the darkest patches. Bury me and I'll be born again. I walk in godly form amongst the mortal men. I got some real across the border fence and made a note of the mistakes we can't afford again. Like I said, can of worms and I'm the early bird. Wanna hang, but I'm too busy doing dirty work. Hit him back and say we'll link up on a 30.
Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. Wright comes in for J.J. Barea.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Murray. He's putting up about 21 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. Keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Outside Millsap. Back to Murray. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. 8 points for Jamal Murray.
And even at 6'5", that's not a giant by any means. Murray elevates high inside for these buckets. He's a high percentage shooter down low for sure.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Hardaway gets it to go.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. The defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Denver passing it around. Here's Jokic, and the rejection by Marjanovic.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Oh, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a 2-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling this business in the pros because he's all business.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on a fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. 6 to shoot. Harris inside the line. The shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Porzingis to 2. They grabbed their own miss.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Nuggets trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harris finds Porter. For 3, Murray. And the 3 ball is good. Murray's got 13. And the Mavericks with possession here. Right, the pass to Brunson. Here's Porzingis. The pass to Wright. For the 3. Here's Marjanovic, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Porter.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Free throw drops for Marjanovic. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively, be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
Right against Murray. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Right side. Good, nice job down low. Wright's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Passes it to Murray. Takes a 3. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Pass to Doncic. Fades away. And it's Dallas with another.
You know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their games. Deadly from the mid-range.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. And they're running. Here's Hardaway. That one, no good. Good defense by Jokic. Powell with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jokic.
And, you know, when Powell is this deep, Kevin, I mean, the defense knows they're in trouble. Sometimes they have no choice but to foul him.
Well, out of Canada by way of Stanford University. 6'11", power forward Dwight Powell.
Boy, a high-energy guy is Powell, guys. He's a pogo stick and a rim runner. Very quick-footed. I think that makes him tough to tag slicing through the lane. His activity and agility really what separate him and get him minutes on the court.
And the first one drops.
The length and mobility of Powell is really impressive. He's a solid big guy who I think continues just to get better at both ends.
Porzingis, he's jacked in for Marjanovic. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free, and they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Millsap kicks to Jokic. Porter outside. And Wright pulls it down. Wright's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Let's make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Harris outside. Back to Murray. Outside Millsap. Four on the shot clock. And just miss after miss right now. Wright finds Doncic. Powell with it. Dallas moving the ball around. Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Now here's Powell. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake. But they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Denver calls timeout. And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and in all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends.
A different look for Dallas. Seth Curry comes in for Hardaway. And Barea subbed in for Wright. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Jeremy Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. Martin's checked in for Michael Porter. And it's Malik Beasley in for Harris.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Outside Curry. Shoots over Barton, and another basket for Dallas.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Grant against Porzingis, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Man, I like his activity level. You think about it, the defense has to resort to fouling him sometimes to prevent him from scoring.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
And he makes the first. And Grant drops them both. Mavericks leading by 11. Doncic feeling it out. Out left to the wing. Here's Porzingis. The rebound by Grant. Murray outside. And so it's Dallas. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Mike Malone. Things got away from you guys in the first half. What happened out there?
Transition baskets, offensive rebounds, 2 of the areas that we knew coming into this game that we had to control. There's no sense of urgency right now. We're just shooting the ball. We're waiting to get back, and they're getting easy runouts.
A lot to clean up, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 20 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Straight out of Slovenia, Luka Doncic already exceeding expectations. Tremendous awareness and skill, just enough athleticism. Worked his magic again in the first half. This kid is incredible.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. And it's Wright in at the point guard.
Porzingis is an outstanding free throw shooter, so he's not the guy you want to send to the line.
A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And, you know, with Porzingis, the potential is really exciting. I mean, with his size and skill set, I think he's got a chance to be a dominant force for a long time.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Harris, and one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
That's good from Harris.
His improvement each year in the league is impressive. Harris knows his role is to score the ball, and he does it well.
Second free throw, no good.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
Hardaway against Porter. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
And Wright kicks to Porzingis. Here's the teardrop. Murray against Wright. Jokic trying to free himself up. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket for Murray. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house than the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base. Those fans will be around for a while. Giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And with Murray, you have an all-around scorer. Somebody who feels comfortable shooting from just about any spot on the floor off the catch or dribble.
Murray against Wright. Pass to Powell. Dallas moving it around. And it's sent back by Millsap. Murray against Hardaway. Denver keeping it going. A new 14-second clock. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Dallas leading by 9. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Wright. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
And so Wright nails both of them. And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. Outside, Porter. Jokic inside. Guarded by Powell. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
Tough shot that time by Jokic, finishing through contact. Great display of power and strength by Nikola Jokic.
Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. Sinks the three-pointer. Wright's got 9 points here in the second half.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
The Nuggets trail by 10, and a wide-open look for Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 6 points for Michael Porter.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
And there's the pass to Doncic. And he overshot that one, missing. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Pass to Murray. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. On the wing, Doncic. Porzingis with the ball. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. 5 to shoot. Powell kicks to Wright from deep three-point range. And it's Denver with the rebound to the left side wing. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple.
You know, scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Wright finds Porzingis. Good defense by Jokic.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Love how creative Murray is with the ball. Just dribbling through defenders like he's out there by himself.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Barea comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for DeLon Wright. The Nuggets also changing it up. Plumlee is checked in for Millsap. Malik Beasley comes in for Porter. And Monte Morris subbed in for Harris. No good from Beasley.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. To stop the drought. And stolen by Murray. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Marjanovic. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You look at Jamal Murray, and this guy just seems to be a natural scorer. Has no problem scoring the basketball from anywhere and all angles. Has tremendous confidence at the offensive end. And guys, I think he's just scratching the surface.
Here's Doncic. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Doncic has got 22.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
Pass to Beasley. Lets it go from deep. The shot, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And with the way Murray scores, Clark, he's a great fit for the Nuggets.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin, because the team has plenty of playmakers and guys like Jokic, and that takes some of the playmaking pressure away from Murray. It allows Murray to simply just focus on what he does best, which is put the ball in the basket.
Beasley outside. Over Doncic. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Beasley's got his first points in this one. Now the pass to Marjanovic. Doncic against Beasley. Passes it to Brunson. To Porzingis. From deep. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Really left alone that time. Morris has got 10 points in the game.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Doncic against Beasley. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Brunson. Outside, Porzingis. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Morris inside. Guarded by Barea. Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Morris. Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. There's the pass to Porzingis. Now Brunson. Passes it to Doncic. Beasley with the steal. He dishes it to Murray. 1:22 left to play in the third. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got 7 rebounds in the game. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Denver calls timeout.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
The Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And it's Seth Curry in for Luka Doncic. Grant, he's checked in for Denver. Will Barton comes in for Jamal Murray. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Kicks it to Barton. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Clock at 4. It's good. Plumlee's got his first points of the night.
And so far are going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Runs in the pass to Curry. Correa with it. Shot and game clock separated by 5. A wide open look here for Porzingis. A three-pointer off the mark.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Barton inside the line. Not going to go that time.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks ahead, leading by 5. And we'll be back with you right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Will Barton is out there with Monte Morris. Then there's Plumlee. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Grant in at the power forward. Powell pulls it in.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now Barea shoots over Grant. A nice shot by Barea. Barea's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Dallas. Morris outside. Now the dish to Grant. The kick out to Barton. Shoots over Barea. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the paint. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, he's known for his finesse game, guys, but Porzingis showing you there. He's got some power to his game, too.
Berea against Barton. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 8 rebounds in this game. Berea, the pass to Porzingis, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Blocked again. Beasley against Curry. Poked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beasley.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dallas. Wright comes in for Jalen Brunson. And Denver with a change here, too. Harris is checked in for Malik Beasley. Wright against Morris. Hardaway dishes to Wright. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And Plumlee kicks to Harris. With the teardrop, it's blocked. And here we go, the Mavericks in a fast break. Powell trying to free himself up. Hardaway, no good. Here's Barton, and he's finally able to knock one down.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Morris against Wright. Lays it up off the glass. Wright's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Curry passes to Powell. And here's Porzingis. Outside Curry. He kicks it to Powell. Here's Porzingis. Tries again. The shot by Powell, no good. The Nuggets trail by 9. Morris outside. The Mavericks pull it in.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
You know, so active on the offensive end is Hardaway Jr. You can tell he feels comfortable taking quick shots like that one.
Morris outside. Here's Harris. That one's not going to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Curry kicks to Hardaway. Wright outside. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Mavericks?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The first free throw is good.
You know, one of the things that's fun to watch, guys, is the evolution of a player, and Barton has really evolved into a solid player. Even though he was a second-round pick, he's come a long way.
Mavericks making a switch here. Doncic is checked in. And then for Denver, Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Grant, and it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris. Mavericks leading by 12. Doncic dishes to Wright. Now here's Powell. And Doncic. Here we go. And the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
Barton surveying the floor. Here's Murray. The dish to Millsap. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Okay.
Free throw drops for Wright. And the Nuggets making a change here. Porter's checked in. And so Wright nails both of them.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Jokic finds Murray. Back to Jokic. This one for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Here's Doncic. Dallas again missing. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. Over Doncic. Shot is good, and the Mavericks' lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Nikola Jokic. The Mavericks have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Porzingis passes to Wright. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Okay.
First one falls for him. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
Exactly, because they've made enough plays to keep it close. And as a result, they're still in it.
Mavericks leading by 9. To the inside, Doncic. Good defense by Jokic.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And there have been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. Really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
2 shots.
No good on that one. Mavericks making a switch here. Correa's checked in. It's the second from the line. Here's Barea. Dallas calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. His point to them was that they put themselves in the position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Mavericks leading by 8. Hardaway passes to Doncic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
That free throw good from Doncic.
There's an awful lot to like about Doncic, but probably what jumps out at me most is how competitive he is. I mean, he wants to dominate whoever's guarding him.
Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Over in the corner, Doncic. Porter with the steal. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. Yes, that goes in. Murray's got 26.
You can't allow Murray to beat you to the rack. I mean, he really turns on the Jets in the open floor. You got to get in front.
Barea with it. Pass to Porzingis. 1:51 left to play here in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. And too long on the shot.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Porter, no luck.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And the pass to Powell. Kicks it to Hardaway. Dallas needs to get off a shot. That one good for 2. And that's now 33 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, you know, it's clear that Doncic is very self-confident, knows he has what it takes to knock these shots down.
Here's Jokic. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Mavericks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so checking out the record for these guys, tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And tonight's win will put them up 2-1 in what has become a really intense season series, giving them a tentative edge here with one still left to be played against the Nuggets.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Millsap, Jokic trying to free himself up. Nice D from Porzingis. Here is Barea. Doncic outside. Back to Barea. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
And Millsap slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sidelines. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run markets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.